go live. Okay, we're live.
Hello.
Amazing. Hello. Give us 1 second so I can get the stream up in my browser and make sure that we are all audible.
Woo. I
Johnable.
learned that I had been using my microphone backwards.
Oh man, how did you figure that one out?
My friend said, "Is your microphone backwards?" And I said, "Huh."
Come on. Plugs are in the bottom bit, right though?
Yeah, but like I guess the way mine sits, it covers the logo, so I didn't realize it was facing away from me.
Dang.
Yeah.
Are you streaming on Hitka or are you doing your own?
No, it should be on How to Kickflip a Horse.
I'm just not seeing it on the... Oh, you know what? It might be because since I'm logged in as us, I'm not subscribed to us. That makes sense.
That's
yeah, there
true.
it is.
Logged but not subbed.
But not subbed. Alright, I'm gonna mute real quick. Give me a check, fellas.
Check. Bones
Also
are their
check.
money.
I am also
Pull your hair
checking.
up but not out.
Check. Yeah. Checking, yeah.
Got buddy.
Yeah, check. Yes.
I see, I hate to tell you, but you're still very quiet on stream.
I
Not
hate
me.
I hate
I'm
this.
so loud. I bet I'm full-bodied.
You sound great.
That's great. Good to hear.
I can turn me up.
Turn me up.
Turn him up, baby. Make him scream and shout.
Turn me
I
up,
can just
baby.
be louder until then. I'll just do that
that.
thing where I'm louder
Huh?
and yell at the mic.
Stop
That's
yelling at
better
the
now.
mic.
No.
No, keep that same energy all day.
No.
Welcome to the yelling show. It's time to yell with us, your hosts,
Benevolent
Evan,
overlord.
Jesse, and Tommy. I'm going to do a shot of whiskey because nothing matters. Cheers.
Yay. Oh, man.
Cheers.
Okay. I'm going to go get whiskey and do some too.
Amazing.
Dangle.
As a consummate
Well-
broadcast professional, I always have my whiskey ready to go before
Yeah,
stream starts.
you wanna... Whoop, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
So, what were we talking about before stream started? We were talking about me getting physical DVDs in the mail. What were we talking about there?
Well, I mean, I was talking a little bit of shit on Halo. As
Hello.
It being,
That's what it was. Yeah, tell us
Sláinte.
more Halo talk.
yeah. I mean, I've only done a little bit I've only put a little bit into the game, but like,
Still big ass circle?
yeah, it's still a big ass circle. And this time they thought they would solve the problem of the big ass circle by just giving you like full reign of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like open world map, but like it doesn't seem to like. I would have rather just been a very linear game like it's always been, rather than like the like. I don't know. It's still very linear, but it's kind of masked in this like open world format. And then like you just do like a series of like fetch quests and like environmental changes happen where like little areas get like invaded or some shit. But all in all, like not very impressed with it. But also, like I have not been able to find a FPS first person shooter that like I've enjoyed since like I think Destiny was the last one I really got into. And then
So
I just
other
like,
Halo.
yeah. Oh yeah, it's definitely other Halo,
Halo.
but
That's Bungie too, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And it's like they just pretty much add like a magical element to it. But loved it though. And
it has magic? I didn't know that.
yeah,
I didn't
well
know that
like
either.
it's not like it's only to channel your abilities and such. So like you could write it as a you could make it anything. Really.
Right. It has magic like the one character in Borderlands does.
Exactly. Yeah, like the warlock specifically. But
Sure.
really did love the idea of making the like, and this is like something you can do in D&D almost, but they had like exo units, and they're like, oh, just like the robotic dudes that like have their own sentience and sapience and everything, and they're like just running around figuring out their own life. And I just like love that sci-fi idea of like robots just like getting their own personality and just being like, oh yeah, like I'm just my own thing now. And
Right, but also ride around on me for the battle scenes.
yes, but
Did you play Titanfall 2?
no, but that is like a game that due to having the past, John, I could just like play that.
Oh
game.
yeah. Shit.
So is that a wreck?
I would recommend. Yeah, I haven't played. I only played like maybe 3 rounds of the multiplayer, and I'm bad at games and impatient, so I didn't really stick with it. But the mechanically speaking, it was a very fun game.
That's the one where
all the maps, all the stuff you do on the maps were all really cool. The art was really cool.
that's the one where people get super into like surfing and stuff.
I
It's
don't
got
think
like
so.
a wall slide mechanic, right?
You can slide on the ground and stuff, but it's not like a super central mechanic.
I think there's like I think people make their own maps where they do like what they call surfing from that game.
Oh shit! Like
Yeah. But
what was that game? Was Tribes back in the day where you
yeah,
could,
Jetpacks.
Yeah, hell yeah.
yeah.
Dang,
Zooms.
Tribes was sick.
That
Moved
was
up the
sick.
hill, right? You
That was
could
like-
just shoot yourself away the whole way across the map. That shit was nuts.
Can you see my screen through the screen share?
Yes.
Is it a Paul's Xbox screen?
Well, I can't. Yeah.
Yes,
but
it is.
I can't. We have to do other things if you want to display that.
Well, I mean, you'd be the one doing the work. I don't know
I
if it's
can do
worth
it.
it.
Yeah, I can do it real quick. Just hold on.
I mean, it's only like a couple minute window or a video, but this is something that's about to come out to the Xbox Game Pass that has definitely piqued my curiosity,
Right, you're
and
on.
I think it would pique all y'all's John. Can I hit play now?
Yep. I don't know if
Alright,
we'll get
hold on.
audio, but
It doesn't matter. I don't think you need audio. Oh,
Got audio.
so it's a
I like
crazy.
it already.
Yeah, it looks very Geiger.
Oh wow, yeah, super.
Oh,
Geiger.
this is the Geiger FPS. Yes.
I was
Fuck yes.
Oh no.
yeah. How about this for some body horror?
Yes. Oh yes. Get it.
So, I am excited for this, I guess. I don't know what this is, but I think I'm gonna like it.
Is the bonus level just the fucking insert from the Dead Kennedys album? The Land of Cox or whatever it's called?
Dude, I mean, I imagine the last level you just, like, go as a space jockey into the alien planet.
Right.
These critters
Like-
look substantially worse than xenomorphs, though.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, the landscape looks very H.R. Geiger.
Oh, for sure,
Oh,
for sure.
1,000,000%.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. It also comes out my wedding day. So I was like, hey,
Nice.
I'll have something to do the next day.
Call the wedding off.
Honey?
Sorry, babe. Got a game.
Sorry, babe.
But it's also fun because it's keeping an accurate countdown of the days, hours, and minutes to my wedding, which is
Very
I'm like,
Just
yeah,
to
of course I
refer-
know my
That's one way to
wedding's
do that,
112
right.
days, 13 hours, and 4 minutes away.
Oh my god.
Duh, babe, of course.
That's hilarious.
Tom Good husband.
Tom Good.
Oh my god.
Amazing. Yeah, that looked pretty cool.
Yep.
That's like one of those things where it will, like, it's obviously technically impressive, sort of regardless of if the game is good. But obviously, I hope the game is good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I hope it's not too scary for me.
I hope
Dude,
it doesn't get rushed to
video
fuck by
games.
fans being like, don't delay.
That's also a pretty good point.
I started. So I've never been afraid in a spooky game. Like jump scares will get me. And the last one I really put some hours in, but not too many, was Alien Isolation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It sounded like you, Jess. So it sounded like you cleared some time on that. Didn't you beat it?
Yeah, I beat it.
Yeah,
I beat it when I was living in an apartment by myself, like in a town by myself, just fucking like in the dark in my one-person apartment, just like scaring the shit out of myself.
Literal isolation.
Yeah, it was pretty terrifying, but it was very fun. It's a great game.
Yeah, I liked it, but I wasn't getting like a lot of like, I was getting the occasional jump scare and stuff, but like I felt pretty good. I didn't feel too dready the entire time. But I was playing this one game on my Xbox Pass. I think I deleted it now, but it's like just like a straight horror game where it's a horror puzzle game, and like as you stand in the dark, your insanity level goes up, and then like
Amnesia.
I think it was Amnesia.
Yeah, great game. Great game.
Yeah, but that was honestly, like that was the first time. Like,
one. Go ahead. Sorry.
What's that? Yeah. No, that was the first time. Like, I was able to. Really, it was the first time I was able to like sit on a PC with all the lights up, with the headphones on, which is
you only just recently got.
Oh yeah, I've only recently joined the Master Race. But
don't say that. That's gross. I hate the PC Master Race shit. It's so fucking cringy.
I figured as much, but all the same. So I just found that it was very much a more intimate and scary experience.
Yeah.
Than sitting in probably on a couch.
Right.
A well lit, comfortable room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Like theater mode.
Man, within 5 minutes in beginning that game, you have to do the thing where you're throwing crates on the water to avoid whatever the fuck is in the water, and it's terrifying.
Yeah, they really. No.
Oh, Amnesia?
Yeah.
Because in Alien, you have to run to like a nice little like escape route thing, and it really does. That first segment is pretty scary.
It's intense.
Yeah.
Sometimes in that game you feel like a god, though. Sorry, go ahead.
Once you start figuring it out.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed Alien Isolation up until I think it was like the second big appearance of the Xeno. And he just kept fucking grabbing me, so it destroyed all of the horror and the dread and the fear, and just became this annoying fucking slog. Where I'm like, can I go this way? Nope, he just grabs me. Can I go this way? Nope, he just grabs me. And there's it's like one of those moments where it's like, there's got to be something I can do here. They wouldn't not in a dead end, but I couldn't figure it out, and it was just so frustrating. Again and again and again and again, have to go through the almost over a minute long process of getting got by the thing, getting killed by the thing, fade to black, game over, fades up, reload, save, reloads. And I was just like, I can't do this. It just takes so long.
It sucks.
Yeah, and
it ruined the mood and the pacing of it. And I feel like that's... I feel like putting that type of difficulty in what is meant to be what is, I would say, obviously meant to be a cinematic experience, just destroys it.
Even if you turn the difficulty down, and there was a few segments.
Make no mistake, I only play games on easy. If there's an easy mode, I'm playing on easy.
That's I mean, I will shamelessly go for mild or maybe even difficult, but I'll be the first one to be like, okay, I'm done with that. I tried, I failed, I've moved on.
Right.
Unless it's Metroid.
Yeah, well, Metroid Dread was great because of its pacing. With you failed so quickly that it was hardly an issue. As we're you didn't with Dread or Isolation rather. I felt I don't know, when I was stuck, it was more painful, and I was slowly moving around and trying to be careful and still dying. And that was there wasn't, at least Metroid, I could die a million times. I'm I don't know. I felt like I was making progress in some way.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Right. Well, in a game like Metroid, you're well, at least I can, at least you can instantly see what you did wrong.
Right.
And if the game is doing its job, you know either that you have the ability to do the thing at this part that the game wants you to do, or you know that you don't have the ability to do the thing that the game wants you to do at this part, and then you backtrack, which is like in essence the entire game.
Right.
Whereas a game like Alien Isolation, ostensibly there's only one thing for you to do. There's only one direction for you to go in any given area, you know. And if the alien is in that path, your only option is to hide in a fucking locker for an interminable amount of time, after which the alien will just find you eventually anyway. Or just run past it and get the game over screen and hope the alien decides to go in a different direction this time. And like, that sucks. Like to really convey horror in a horror game, there should be no actual failure condition, because there's not, it's not like in a movie, if the character that you're following gets killed, the movie ends.
Right.
You know what I mean? No, like it's completely I felt like it completely missed the horror element. Like
I agree.
It was like a haunted house. Like, here's the big scary thing. Be scared of it because it's scary, not because you're actually like trying to survive. Like, it didn't push you to like use your wits or anything, because ultimately it was randomized. And I felt that and as an installment of a higher pedigree in a franchise that I've loved for almost all of my life at this point. It was just like, I don't know. It was a real bummer.
Yeah, a little bit of a letdown.
Totally. I would have preferred to love it.
For sure.
I think the ludonarrative dissonance was too much for me.
I think the franchise has greatly suffered from like always half committing to its endeavors.
Definitely.
So it's like, you know, like whenever it goes to make like you know, ever since the second movie, like everything afterwards is like, I just don't think any of their ideas have like really fully realized or like
fully, the second movie is the first and last time that stepping out of the mold established by the first movie worked.
Yep, 100%. And then
and that it worked to such a masterful degree, sort of intrinsically. Like, make no mistake, I do have
there's some great
I have a soft spot for Alien 3 and Alien
Me too.
Resurrection.
Oh, I love Alien 3. Nobody does. That makes me so happy to hear.
See, I can there's things I like about Alien Resurrection, but Aliens 3 is like difficult for me to find. Like, you know, I mean shit, I probably watch it all the time, you know, like it's hard to say, because like when I say I don't like it, that's coming from someone that probably watches it every couple of years, you know. Sure. But
right.
So, you know, grain of salt. So I guess secretly I do like it enough to continue to watch it. But I am most critical of that one.
Well, it's like, you know, like,
fair enough.
You wouldn't say like you wouldn't be like, I'm gonna watch the original Star Wars trilogy and then stop at Return of the Jedi because it's the less of the three.
Right.
You know?
For sure.
It's still a fine movie, and it has its place in the.
Right.
I felt like 3 and 4 sort of both made similar mistakes in that they weren't allowed to just be as completely unhinged as the directors wanted them to be.
Yeah.
And whereas Alien 3, I think Alien 3 also has merit because it's one of the clearest examples of like you see that movie and you can tell that the main creative force behind it, David Fincher, was miserable while he was making it. And to see that mood synthesized so clearly and completely into a movie like Alien, which is, you know, a very grim and at times pretty mean saga. It's the meanest of the four. And I think that makes it, if not a good Alien capital A alien movie a fine movie with aliens in it. Like also, like again, if it had been anything but an alien movie, if it had just been a movie about an alien on a prison planet, it would have been pretty fucking cool.
For sure.
It wouldn't have had the baggage of having to stand up to one of the best sci-fi horror movies and one of the best sci-fi action movies of ever.
Right.
Yeah, I think they kind of just walked away. They dropped their momentum of their own movie, like because like they had everything kind of going in this one direction with like Hicks and Newt and everything, and then they're like, nah, scrub all that. Let's bring it all the way back to just Ripley, and that's where like I think they should have probably, if they were gonna go in that direction, like I wish they had gone like Alien was like this isolation movie, you know. Then it should have been like Aliens was action movie. They should have done action movie again, and then Aliens 4 should have tried to been like creepy space horror, because I think they were just moving in that direction so much that they probably should have kept with it, and then I don't know.
I think there's room for both. I think Aliens had both and done equally well.
One thing that like I kind of draw that opinion on is like the guy that did Chappie, District 9, and everything.
Oh yeah.
He has
Neil Blomkamp.
Blomkamp. He was like slated to do Aliens 5, which was like going to be a remake.
Oh right.
And it was going to take
sequel
place
to Aliens, not.
Yeah, it would be a sequel to Aliens. Newt would survive. She would become the new lead. Ripley Weaver would, kind of handle the roll off. But then when Ridley Scott wanted to do Prometheus, Alien had to be put on hold. And then, like, I imagine, like, then you're in developmental hell, and it's like, who knows if your movie will come out after that. Right. Or if, like, the same director or any of that shit that was once said to be true will be true.
Sure. I wonder if they're going to do Prometheus 3. Doesn't seem like it.
It doesn't seem like it, but, like, I mean, it just seems so lofty that his intent was to, like, to bring the movie directly to Alien. Like, Prometheus was, at some point, that story narrative was going to, like, lead you directly to why, like, the Nostromo, like, found...
Right, or like Rogue One into A New Hope.
Yeah, exactly. Put all the pieces there, so like you would know exactly. And what, dude? I think they just lost the ball though, because with Covenant, like now I think one thing was that like there was a lot of people. There was like the crew was almost too big. Because, like, you're supposed to have, like, a very strong female lead. And then I think, like, Michael or David Fassbender, I feel like that guy, like, stole the show of that movie. And it, like, usually should have, like, a female lead. Like, I don't know, just, like...
Yeah, my biggest problem with Prometheus and Covenant is, like, pretty much exactly what I said about Alien 3 is they would have been, like... I don't think I ever would have thought about them again after I left the theater if they hadn't been affiliated with the Aliens series, They would have been fine, just sci-fi movies. But instead, because of their pedigree, they had to stand in the shadows of two of the best movies ever made.
Yep.
And they could not stand up to that weight, like, whatsoever. To the point that I would call both of those movies like legitimately bad. Like I feel about Prometheus and Covenant the way that most people feel about 3 and Resurrection.
Yeah.
Like willing to entirely write them off because they don't serve any function. They're not even like unique. They are through and through retreads of the cooler shit that happened before.
Yeah.
It would have been fine if he had just made a movie about an insane android. That would have been fine. Same with the Blade Runner sequel. Like it would have been a fine movie about a robot cop. It didn't need to be Blade Runner.
I actually loved that movie. I thought it was great.
I thought it was dumb.
I thought it was great. I
thought it would have been a fine robot cop movie. If all they had to do was delete the Harrison Ford parts.
Yeah, the Harrison Ford parts are arguably the worst parts.
And I guess the Jared Leto parts also never came to anything. And it would have been a completely fine robot cop movie. It just didn't need to be named Blade Runner.
No, like I hear you. I thought that the Harrison Ford and kind of bringing it all full circle is like a little, I don't know, contrived or whatever you want to say, but I just really like the cinematography. I like the audio and everything to it.
It looked and sounded great. Everyone,
I think Hans Zimmer did that.
Everyone but that puppy face guy was, fine in it. You know what? I take that back. The whole cast was sort of flat. I guess that was to an extent the point. The hologram lady was
Joy
was okay, but it was like too on the nose.
Right. It was a little odd, but I mean, my thing is like he's a fucking robot. He's got like a robot brain. I'm sure that's like still scratching his little, whatever like his reptile brain is like the equivalent of reptile brain is like
his See, that would have been such a more that's what the movie should have been about. That shouldn't have been like this weird little background story where finally he decides like, well, I guess my robot girlfriend doesn't love me, a robot, because she's only programmed to pretend to love me. I guess I'll go fight the bad guy. Like if it had just been him like for example, gaining sentience, like true real sentience and feeling like expressing the true weight of a loss like that, knowing like if it had been about, I
think that was kind of touched upon because like his yearning
but it should have been the whole movie.
Yeah.
Whereas in the movie as it exists, the character's complete inability to make a connection is a footnote.
Well, like I don't know because he gets the compliment. He gets the compliment from his police chief. It's like she's like, I forget that you're fucking one of them, and like she gives him a chance.
That's not a compliment. That's rude as hell.
I don't think that's a compliment at all.
Well, like I mean, like so when she goes to like some people view this thing as a complete object. Like with no like deserving of zero sympathy and like so when he goes offline she like lets him flee. I mean she's not nice but like the whole entire idea is like it's a pretty grim and morbid world so like I think her like just being rude is like a pretty ray of sunshine in like their dismal world.
Sure, instead of being like fuck you.
I'm just gonna deprogram you.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a memory wipe every night.
So don't threaten me with a good time.
Jesse, what are we watching on stream here?
Tommy, I guess
Halo.
Me is losing at Halo all the time. One thing I did want to talk about, I
never would have guessed that this was Halo.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty straightforward FPS, Jones. This is tactical with a very shitty handgun thing. One thing I do love in sci-fi that like. And this was in Aliens Resurrection, was when Winona Ryder's character is revealed to be like a 4th-gen cyborg, and the guy's like, "Oh shit, you're like a robot built by robots," and like that's it, and you're like, "Oh, that's awesome!" Like I love when they're like, "No, I'm not going to go into any exposition." Like it's pretty much like that little. Yep.
It's called world building.
Yep.
The thing that good movies do effectively.
Yeah.
All I wanted to add was I would have been okay with Newt dying, just not fucking between films.
Right. And
it
wasn't even like the alien that set off the catalyst on the planet.
Yeah.
It's not like, so it's just like they just kill her off because they're like, "Whoops."
Mhm.
Gotta get rid of this character.
That's kind of what I was talking about with the meanness of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yeah,
and I think ultimately that works as Ripley being this hero out of time, doomed essentially to struggle against and ultimately fail to defeat this space bug that has taken everything from her.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that is another reason that the Prometheus and Covenant failed is because why would anyone give a shit about not Ripley's story?
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Unless it's like
the movie's called
leading
Alien,
you.
but it's about Ripley.
Yeah.
She needs
it
a
always
bean.
was.
So one, we need a side story where Ripley and Ender team up, and two, another Ender, like that's sort of, they kind of address that with Ender's Game, right? Because they have the whole Bean saga. Like, they would have been stuck in the exact same thing if it hadn't been for deliberately installing a character that was like behind the scenesy, you know what I mean?
Right.
I never read those books.
I never did.
Man,
But my friends really enjoyed them.
Yeah, I think they're very good.
All I know is that the guy that wrote them is a huge bigot and a weirdo.
Yeah, worse than Scott Card's a bit of a dick.
Yep.
Wait,
Yeah,
an
you probably
artist?
intentionally tried to not say his name, huh?
I don't want to give too much credit.
Yeah, I mean,
I already said the title of the book.
I wouldn't. I guess that's one way to get back at them. I guess to refer to them strictly through their works and not through their like personhood.
That's what I try to do with most like Eldritch stuff.
Yeah, it's hard to not come across that kind of
Right.
hang.
Too bad they made that guy's name into the genre descriptor for that variety of horror.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's true. Well, actually, that's true. But I mean, like when you say Eldritch horror, cosmic horror, like, at least since I'm a fan of the genre, like that's where my brain goes. So you could really cut it out. But you're right. Like Lovecraftian is a very trigger word for like any kind of like, it's spooky space shit.
Right.
Right.
But I don't know.
I think I feel like Eldritch is a cooler word, and also broadly more descriptive.
Yeah, I think it opens it up for like the collective works from other artists. Rather than like they contribute to his world, it's more like this is a collective world we're creating.
Right. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Like, Lovecraft was famous for his correspondence with all those other writers of the era. What's his name? Robert Howard and the other guy who definitely sounds like a wizard name. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, and all the people that like did weird fiction and stuff.
Yeah. The early pulp horror dudes. But like, so it's weird that because Lovecraft died so young, it was up to those other writers to sort of preserve his work. And through his association from them, he posthumously eclipsed them.
Yeah,
we don't call it Howardian fiction or whatever, you know.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. Don't call it a comeback.
I think also this it's just good it's just a good sounding name.
It is a pretty great last name.
It's sure weird.
The dude Wordsworth, You're like, okay. You're like, okay, fuck it.
Bet I can guess what this is going to be like.
Yeah. I always thought that was like, it was always amazed me how certain people in the NFL had names that like just sounded aggressive. Like the Eagles had a guy whose last name was like Thrasher. And I'm like, oh sure. I was like, oh shit, like, kind of
Cognitive determinism.
Yeah, right.
William Wordsworth.
Ooh, what a name.
English romantic poet. Helped launch the Romantic Age in English literature with their joint publication Lyrical Ballads.
Ooh. Hey. Joint pub Lear Bowels.
I'm glad E.E. Cummings made it work though.
That's what he said every time he nutted.
Hey, I made this work. I made this work.
Need a sandwich and a nap.
Oh my goodness.
Wasn't E.E. Cummings? Was that his real name?
Was that a pen name? I
That
thought it
was
was
Edward Estlin Cummings.
AKA
So,
Easy E Cummings.
Easy
I'm reading
E
some.
Cummings.
I'm reading some. Speaking of old timey literature, I'm reading some William Faulkner right now. I don't know if either of you guys ever read anything by him.
No, not, maybe excerpts in like English lit and all that.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's like. He's like Goth Steinbeck.
No word. Was Steinbeck not goth?
Well, Steinbeck.
No,
like,
he's too much of a
wanted-
naturalist to be a
Wanted
guy.
to have like hope for people. Faulkner's like, no, fuck that. People are dog shit.
Heard?
Like, he doesn't write in like the naturalist style, like, or is it the same kind of style of writing, or is it just like tone of it?
It's very. It's got that like sort of. It's got that like woodsy tone.
That's cool.
You know?
Oh yeah.
And very like dry and matter of fact, but at times like reverent in a way. It's like out of fear more than respect. Like the thing I'm reading right now is called The Bear. And there's a really great passage about basically just how futile the attempts of humanity to quote unquote tame the wilderness are, and how nature is basically something that anyone with like two brain cells to rub together would just be terrified out of their mind to face.
Yeah.
Anyone smart enough should know that you should be afraid.
Yeah, exactly. So basically it says that, but just says
my.
it in this really like almost reminds me of like Cormac McCarthy. Not quite that grim, but like
Right.
certainly a clear predecessor.
Sure. I just recalled another great name for a author, Algernon Blackwood, and
That's the guy who I was trying to think of with the wizard name.
That is it. Yeah.
I
I almost got to Blackwood, and I was like, Black? No, I can't think of the next one.
because he did more ghost stories, but I read one not too long ago about like I think it's called The Hunt, and he like employs some like indigenous people, and he's in the Americas, and they like take him on this hunt, but they always like stay away from this one area, and he's like, nah, like I'm going up in there, and then like his like homies like, we're leaving you, like if you do that, and like, he like pursues anyway. And
Cursed
like,
mountain, you shit.
exactly. He's like very quick to call like I think he's very derogatory, like calling them like savages and whatnot. But like
Sure.
I think in the literature though, it's like he's made to be the fool in the end. Like I don't think the writing is as damning as like maybe
Right.
Sure.
God, you know. I don't think that's
Lovecraft.
his intent. I think his intent is to show the folly of the character, not so much the bigotry of
Sure.
Yeah.
But
you
maybe
can-
both.
You can like almost get that from a lot of Lovecraft stuff.
I was gonna
except
say,
that,
yeah.
Except that the gotcha moment is so frequently like,
Yes.
oh no, the white wealthy landowner protagonist actually had like a hint of black people blood in him.
Right.
How horrifying! He wasn't an incorruptible, pure Aryan.
Mm-hmm.
It's so
And
wild.
it's like Jesus Christ, Howard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they like
Get it together, buddy.
yeah, fuck all that noise. And they like I think because it's always the not white people in his stories that are like in tuned with like the mythological stuff, and it's supposed to be like portrayed as bad, but it always had the exact opposite effect on me. And I was like, these are the dudes that are like partying, they fucking get it, like they're connected with their environment, like they're the ones living forever, like you know what
I
I
don't
mean?
understand why he's writing about this bayou orgy like it's a bad thing.
Exactly.
He's not invited.
Sounds like a hoot and also a holler.
Right.
It's crazy because I've been to the area of New York that he lived in temporarily, and
Oh,
it's just Red Hook, I believe.
right? Yeah.
And it's just wild that like he like a guy like that was ever in New York City. It's like like what we
That
and and
and that being there fucked him up.
Yeah, it only
Yeah, for sure.
it should have been the part of the story where he's like, and then he realized he was an idiot, and like he went to, and then he was normal. But it was like no, he like doubled down on his insecurities and like left.
Right. It's like, I want to go back to dreary Rhode Island with my aunties.
Where everyone knows my name. My aunties.
Man spoke Spanish near me on the tram, and I almost fainted.
Oh my.
I'll never go to Florida again until next year.
This is the last time. Oh my. Dude, yeah. It's just crazy to think that dude ever just walking around.
Just like the most pitiable but also detestable, like, fucking wimp ass nerd fucker.
Yeah.
Nerd.
I mean, it's really on brand though when you think about it. You know,
Gets this, like, you know, this century long rep as like a real cool dude, and it's like, man, fuck. Think of all the stuff that we didn't get to read or hear about because of this fucking
ass.
fucking nerd.
Right.
yeah.
Fucking racist piece of shit nerd. Like, god damn it.
And it just like, I don't know, like I feel like there's so many people that are so enamored with who he is, and like that they'll like reject any kind of conversation that's like negative towards him. And
right,
it's
everyone's like, oh, he was a product of his time, and it's like,
Right,
no, he
like,
wasn't.
No, like he was like demonstrably more
You don't
racist
get-
than
yeah.
like.
He was.
You don't get a pass.
He was racist on purpose, like, and like recognized it in himself, and would be like, ah ha ha, those
Yeah, like
Right.
silly lesser folk. And it's like, god,
Right.
fuckface.
Fucking ass.
Couldn't you just write weird stories and keep your fucking mouth shut?
yeah,
For real though.
like so many
Stay in
people were.
your aunt's attic.
For
If you're
all
a
our
racist,
fucking
stay in the
sake.
attic.
Yeah. Please and thank you.
Oh boy. Well, now that that's settled,
Got him.
how we doing in Halo here, Tommy?
I mean,
It's impressive.
I'm negative 2, but I think our team is gonna win. Like my
Okay.
KD spread here. I've been playing tactical, but again, it only like partially scratches the itch. It's definitely
Tactical, the game type, or your loadout?
yeah, like no shields, no radar.
Okay.
So
Oh.
it's a little bit more. It's like strip. Like I like the stripped down nature of it.
Sure.
I like those stripped
Oh.
down nature.
But I'm
A little more old school.
Yeah, I like. There's this other game I downloaded that seemed like kind of cool. Sniper Elite
Oh,
sounded
yeah.
nice because it sounded like classic killing Nazis.
Sure.
This seemed really cool. This game called Hard Space Shipbreaker.
Yeah.
So like
Video
you're yeah. Have you played it?
I haven't played it, but I've seen it. I know the game.
I did
it's like-
play it.
Yeah, it's real pretty. I was enjoying it, but like I just didn't like click. Like when I was playing it, it just didn't click with me at the time. So I just kind of like gave it a couple hours and like walked away.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, the thing that
I
bummed me out about that was just the time limits were too stringent. Having to like jump back to the ship to like refill your oxygen every
yeah.
couple of minutes, and it's like this. Why did they just put a boring on purpose part right in the middle of the fun part?
Yeah,
Sucks.
it's like I'd rather like my oxygen cord get like smashed by like a little micro asteroid and I have to repair it occasionally.
Yeah,
Or it's like
that's
this whole,
a
like-
much cooler way to implement something like that. And then so like I don't know, there's like the free play mode that doesn't have that, but then you don't get any of the like upgrades. It's just like, here's the ship, do it. Like you don't get any sense of progression. You just get like the one ship. Like, well, this is sort of a waste of time, isn't it? I mean, I guess they're kind of all waste of time, but you know. That one especially though. Did just download. I just got Soul Calibur 6. Did I talk to either of you guys about this yet?
No.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk
It's
about
good.
it.
I'm a huge fan of the Soul Calibur. Mitsurugi's my boy.
Yeah, same.
I've actually been playing as a customized Lizard Man character, but with Mitsurugi's moves.
Nice.
Because
a huge
Lizard Man
fan.
is my all-time favorite.
I liked when they made Lizard Man like a unique character instead of like just like a play type.
Right, instead of
Like a skin?
switching through the different guys.
Right. But
He became sort of like Sophidia adjacent, right?
yeah,
He has, like,
it was
the
sword shield.
that was the first thing I thought of the first time I faced off with her.
Good.
It's just what would that have been? 8th grade, 9th grade?
Oh my god. Something like that.
Original Xbox Soul Calibur 2.
Mm-hmm.
And Jesse just yelling, Sophisha!
Now I've switched
this
over
game looks
to
dope as fuck.
yeah. This is
We can play this
Is
via
it
Parsec
Turtles
together
now?
when I
Hell yeah.
eventually learn how to do Parsec.
Learn how to
I
parsec.
tried it with Ender for a bit, but we didn't get very far with it.
I know he knows how to
book?
do it. I've done it with him.
Kidding.
Nice.
It's just funny because we were already talking about that book.
Right.
I missed my chance to make that joke the first time.
Oh, I loved it.
Whew.
From the
I'm
book
kinda-
versus
Ooh, no.
that guy y'all know.
Oh. Oh, no. I'm getting smoked in here. This is a further along episode level.
Level. Yeah. Animation is so cool.
Yeah, they really like
Bummer,
because
dude.
this is actually new. This like just came out.
Yeah.
But it's like I love side scrollers. I love 8-bit like or whatever bit this is. But just like I don't know, shit's great.
Man,
Shits is great.
like the like almost fake pixel art.
Right.
Like it's too high resolution to even really call it pixel art, but I mean, I guess that is still what it is. It's just done to such a cool and good degree. The running animation is cracking me up.
Yeah.
There you go. Out of here.
There's
Just
some sort
running
of,
with the nunchuck just flailing.
So
So good. Oh man, yeah. You are not the first person to tell me that this one was good. May have to. I mean, it's definitely on my wish list. Probably in 2 years when it's on sale for $15, I'll probably pick it up.
On Before You Buy, they did a Before You Buy on it that was like, this is actually a fucking tight game.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
pizza time, y'all.
Oh, I love Pizza Time.
Dude, I used to have a Rock Golem action figure of the like clay colored one. Loved him. Big fan.
Yeah.
I also had the kangaroo guy. Didn't know what he was from for the longest time.
I want to put the Portal
remember
turret
the kangaroo
voices onto the little sentry guys.
Yeah.
Are you still there?
Are you still there?
Right.
Yeah, the kangaroo guy is like, I forget what his name was, but he's a bad guy on one of the levels.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know. I think I had the same action figure.
Yeah, man.
Dude, I love that shit.
Kangaroo action figure.
Woo!
Oh, this guy. He's like well, obviously the Australian. I remember the hat now. What was this guy's
Yeah,
name?
like the Crocodile
about.
Dundee hat, kind of.
Talk about the kicking kangaroo.
The kicking kangaroo.
Amazing.
Dang, I gotta like.
There was a lot of TMNT villains that I don't remember at all.
I always liked Slasher, the prehistoric turtle.
Mm-hmm.
That was like my favorite one. And
Rock steady.
no, man, Slasher was way cooler than this. She
What?
was cool.
Oh my god, get out of my face.
Oh my god, I'm about to die,
I don't
You're
remember
killing me.
Slash, man.
dude. Look, are you looking him up? A picture of him?
Yeah.
He's great. He's just a Ninja Turtle, but he's like,
Big blue Ninja Turtle. He's got a big hammer guy.
I remember him
Mace, I
from.
guess?
He was in Turtles in Time, right?
Yeah.
What that? He's
There, give me a.
he's pretty spooky looking.
No, you.
Like Bizarro turtle. His S is even backwards.
Whoa.
His belt. It's because he.
Yeah,
Makes
I
sense
need
to
that
get it
pizza.
A pizza.
Give me that pizza. Give me that pizza.
Uh-oh, Brain Boy. Dang, some fucking Triceratops guys. There's some button I can hit to do a super move that would probably get me out of this pickle.
Can do it. I don't need no super move. Did you play Streets of Rage 4?
It's on here, so that's actually what inspired me. I was like, oh, I should get that. And then I saw this, and I was like, oh, I'll just play this.
I'm gonna get this
like
one.
scratch the same the
For sure.
I do like how they like kind of do depth and everything. Like you're moving around a couple of different directions and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you can charge up your shots too.
Nice.
Nice.
Whoa.
Ciao.
And you can play as April, which I thought that's interesting.
Yeah, I saw April,
and Splinter, and I think you can
Casey
unlock
Jones.
the guy that looks like Jason or whatever. His name is Jason,
Jones.
right?
Casey Jones.
Casey Jones.
Oh, Casey Jones, that's right.
Nobody
There's
knows how
supposed
to
to
play
be-
cricket.
It's supposed to be a very cool.
Rude.
There's a Ninja Turtles comic book out right now called The Last Ronin, and it's the last surviving member of the Ninja Turtles in like some dystopian future.
Nice.
And I think I remember who the surviving one is, but it's supposed to be a pretty good series.
Is he cool
Yeah.
but rude?
Yeah, I think that's the one. Yeah.
It's kind of the only one it could be.
Yeah, it makes the most sense, you know. He has the most Wolverine, like jaded. You know?
Sure, definitely heavy Wolverine vibes.
Oh no!
And these, see now these
I
pizzas
know,
are bad. What's up
Yeah,
with that?
these guys are really whooping my ass. I think if I hit,
This is what happens
Dang.
when a face hugger gets on a pizza.
this is what happens to my guts after I eat pizza.
And a turtle.
Yeah, and a whole turtle. Damn, a whole ass turtle, Tom.
Time for my nightly whole turtle.
Whole turtle soup, please.
No. Again, sir?
Please, sir, think of the ocean.
You're right. I'll just have it lightly steamed. Skip the broth. One whole wet turtle.
I like their Darkwing Duck guns.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
non-violent here with with their projectiles over.
Yeah.
Are these? I assume these these Foot Clan dudes are robots.
Yeah, well they
They
explode. Yeah.
they're robots then. Classic.
Oh, the
I was
dog
actually-
bots. Fuck those things.
They have caused a great deal of strife.
This is not the first time that I have cursed the dog bots.
Usually I like all embodiments of dogs, but
Like a dog.
give me that pizza power.
Nice. Damn.
Whoa.
It's a twister.
Like the best nunchuck move I've ever seen.
Oh no, I think there's a pizza under that box.
Hit it.
Yeah, there
Nice,
was.
dude. Back to full health.
I just love that. Who doesn't love that?
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
I've been
shit.
chasing this guy for a minute. Arrgh. Okay, let's see if we can't hit him with a
You
couple.
get out of Homer Simpson's stomach, you awful
Yeah,
blob.
right. Krang.
Shit. Ooh, come up. Riveting. I'm unable to come up with witty stuff to say because I'm just fascinated by this excellent-looking video game.
Oh, look at
Oh,
Krang.
what the fuck?
Krang going
Yeah,
nuts.
over
on you, boy.
the course of the levels, he's been like getting his parts of his body back. I think I'm wasting my time hitting those legs.
The wrong trousers, Gromit.
Oof. I wanted to do that elsewhere.
Oh, Jesus, I felt that.
I know. I'm gonna have a crack in my shell.
Oof.
You can. There is a online mode though.
Oh yeah.
There is
Can we remote play? What are you playing on Steam?
So this would be on the Xbox Game Pass
Right,
or
you're on
whatever.
Game Pass right now. Right. I might have. Apparently, every 3 months you get another like cheap trial of that.
Nice.
It's like a buck or whatever.
I have heard that you can just the thing with your email address where you can just put a period kind of anywhere in it and it will basically be another email address.
Yeah.
You can just do that and sign up for the $1 for a month thing over and over again.
I think there's actually a website that generates temporary email addresses for you just for this
that's also
purpose
cool.
that you do. So you don't have to like go through the whole generation process as well.
I mean, you don't have to do it for like say your email address is like fartbutt@gmail.
Yeah, which it is.
You can just type. You sign up for the Xbox 1 month for $1 or whatever the good deal is with fartbutt@gmail. Month ends, you cancel your shit. You go back, you sign up for it again, but this time you register as fart.butt, and you'll still get the emails to fartbutt.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, can we? I'm sorry. Can we pause real quick?
Fartbutt. What do you need?
Is this
God, so many
hip
shredders.
hop playing from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, I just
very
didn't interrupt for that. I'm sorry.
No, I thought it was cool too, and this is the first time they've done that.
That's dope.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. What were you saying, Ivan? I couldn't move on until I knew the answer.
How to do some low grade fraud to Xbox.
Yeah, I didn't realize. So if you can put the period anywhere and it just goes to the same email. I never realized that.
Exactly. Yep.
Oh, so
I thought you were making a new email every time.
But it'll still go to the same.
That's dope.
Yeah. I forget. Someone told me why you can do that and like what the real use of that is, but I feel like getting Xbox Live for a month for $1 is a much better use.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's our low key fraud tip for the night. Tune in next week for more petty crimes.
Usually we have cats deliver this kind of information. How are crime cats treating you? Do you have are you just cooking them up all the time? Do you allot like some prime time?
I just draw one every day.
Ooh,
That's awesome.
Ooh, damn, you game overed.
Yeah, I'm going to take a bathroom break real quick.
I was just gonna suggest maybe we do a $5.
Yeah. When are we going to?
You can go till whenever. I'm having a blast. Just watching Tommy play Xbox games, man.
Cool.
Really liking the proportions on this just gorilla armed shredder.
Yeah,
for real.
His arms is like 3/4 of his height.
Dude, he can touch his toes.
Really
while
bonkers.
standing.
He can.
Let me just tie my
standing
shoes.
on the top of a ladder, man.
Yeah. Well, powerful look. Yeah, back in 5. Yeah, I'll probably kick it till like 10:15 or so.
That sounds good.
Sounds good.
Hell yeah. See you at 5:10.
Great.
All right. See you in just a little bit. Thanks, everyone, tuning in
everybody.
live or whoever sees this on ye old YouTube at any point in the future.
Yeah, buddy.
Thanks from the past. To the future.
Fuck the future. Hello, friends. Welcome back. We're waiting for Jesse and Tommy. Playing some Ninja Turtles. Thanks for tuning in. I'm just hanging out, having a Miller Lite. I guess this is a good time to mention that you can follow us on Instagram at How to Kick Flip a Horse, and normally we play role-playing games on this channel, but we had some people not in this evening, so we're playing video games instead. Always a mixed bag here at How to Kick Flip a Horse. There's no wrong way to kick flip a horse, as it turns out. But you can follow us on YouTube too. That's another thing that I should mention. You can watch almost all of our season 1, as we're calling it, streams. We've got Burn Bright on there. We've got some 5th edition. We've got Barks and Bites, which is a game that I wrote based on Lasers and Feelings. What's the other one we got? We got 666 Madison, which is an amalgam of Ah Dang, Bigfoot Stole My Car, and Oh Dang, Mothman Won't Move Out, combined with Roll for Shoes was what we added last time. Pretty cool, simple system. What else we got on there? Got some quiet Ear we got on there. We got
Barks and Boys.
Barks and Bites. Yep, I mentioned that one. Barks and Boys.
Good
Yeah,
boys and barks.
Got all types of stuff on their YouTube channel, and we'll have more every time we do a stream, because I finally figured out how to set it up so that the Twitch just goes right to YouTube.
That was bound to come together for us.
Also, the thing that sucks about that is I could have done that from the get-go. It just literally took a year and a half for it to occur to me. Because I'm that kind of dumbass.
See if we can't.
Better late than never, and we did get almost all of Burn Bright at the very least. We're missing the first couple 5th edition episodes. We're missing the most recent Barks and Bites, and I don't think we got any. We got one 666 Madison, but I don't think it's the first or the last.
Did we get? Were we fighting a? Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna turn this vibe down a little bit. Were we fighting the Gatling gun thing? Was that the last thing we were doing? That guy had or did we get past that? Like the super gun on the truck?
On the truck.
I guess it was
in Barks and Bites.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys were down in the sewers, and you had met the.
We had recruited in
cat who wanted the power egg.
Yep. Now I recall that. Okay. Yep. And there were suits. We put on cool suits.
Yeah.
What a time!
I think there was one suit. I think Arlo got in it.
That makes sense. He's the right dog for the job. Mm-hmm. Not old Huckleberry. He's retired.
He's just along for the ride.
Oof.
So you had to start all the way back at these guys.
Yeah,
huh?
I thought I was just gonna get my my shredder run.
I would have thought for sure you'd have a checkpoint.
I would have I wonder if you can F5 it in these ones.
Sure, F5, stay alive.
That's like such a crutch, man. When I start playing emulators and shit,
Sure.
I'm like, God, I hate that I can just do this instead. Okay, hopefully they give me some pizza after that big boy hit.
I have that one Genesis collection on Steam.
Yeah.
I was playing through the old Sonic the Hedgehogs not super long ago, but the save state command takes a good 2 seconds to actually kick in, so it's not really like a quick save.
Right.
There's definitely times when I was like, oh shit, I should quick save right here, and then I'm like, oh nope, got hit before the menu came up.
Yep. Man,
just gonna use the last one at the start of the level instead.
Dude, there's nothing worse than just catching that like that little fucking you just saved right too late.
The ill-timed quick save. For
sure.
There was, I remember the only game I can think of off the top of my head that had that, but it would do it with the autosave was Max Payne.
Ooh.
Would just have brutal autosave sometimes. So it would autosave in the middle of you doing the slow motion jump sometimes, and if you didn't land it, you would just have to do that jump again and again and again.
Forever do the jump. Yo, dude.
Hey, what's up?
What up?
Talking about Max Payne, a game I know you love.
Oh yeah, Max Payne, crime babies,
Maximum Pain,
following blood trails. That's what's up.
Oh yeah, God, the
Inventing
crime
bullet
baby part.
time. Mm-hmm. I associate that game oddly with Time Splitters 2 because I think we were playing a lot of them at the same time.
Time Splitters. At first, I was thinking Time Crisis.
Ah,
it was
another game I associate with you strongly.
Sure.
That's some good gameage right there.
Such a good game.
Yeah, we used to specifically go to the arcade to try to beat games.
Classic days.
Every once in a while when we had 20 kid bucks.
Yeah, and decided to roll up to Kahunaville.
Right. Or Escape.
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
Fuck yeah.
Trying to be more. I think if I had maybe one more health, one more continuation, I think I could have gotten.
Tommy, who you voting on for the boss show this year? This month?
You know I'm going for my boy Waka Takakage, but I would love to see him at least get. I wish he'd gotten 10, but if he could just come in at least second place, I think I would. I'll have pretty realistic things, but God, it's so scary because everyone's pretty healthy, withstanding some COVID and stuff incidents.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he's out of the because he's out of the 33-3 rule, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. He needed to do so he could potentially get it, I think, but
he'd have to go.
He would need 12 or 11 wins this Basho, and that would.
So of course I know what 33-3 means, but for those of our viewers who are not so in the know on the sumo lingo,
true.
What is 33-3?
So it's an unofficial ruling idea that one needs a victory in a tournament, and then 33 wins, or a comparable, a very strong finish in a tournament, and 33 wins to get to the second highest ranked position, which is Ozeki.
So let me crank it back a step further.
Sure.
Every basho is paced out over 15 days. Each wrestler faces one wrestler per day. The idea is you want to get what they call kashikoshi, which means a winning record. The magic number, since it's 15 matches, is 8. So once you have 8, you're in your kashikoshi. If you have a losing record, it's called a Magekoshi. The higher up you are in rank, the more pressure's on you. So some of the people we're talking about, like the people that are in Ozeki are expected like to not only get their 8, but to also get like 10 to 12 wins. The rank.
So it's like
yeah.
it has to do with like weighted ranking, right?
Basically,
so like if you're in if you're in, let's say, 8th place and you beat the guy in 4th place, you will increase in rank more so than you would have if you had beat the guy in 6th place.
Correct concept, but not the same structure. Like they do a ladder structure, like 1 to down or whatever, but every day. So the tournament isn't like entirely laid out. They decide the next day's bouts the day before, and they match people up based on their current like record in the current tournament.
Oh, interesting.
So you see like the people that are going like 4-0 fight the people that are going 4-0, and like they do a little bit of the opposite too. Like they will go against that rule in order to like make it interesting and to try to like build up the best like story almost. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah, like if there's a rivalry or if there's classmates.
Is there
or something
any?
like that.
Is there any sumo equivalent of kayfabe?
What? I'm not familiar with that.
Isn't that what they call the wrestling, like the pageantry of the wrestling? Like where like we all know the wrestling is fake, but like they stick to their characters. And in like interviews and stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, so they're like, and maybe Tommy want to touch on this, but like they're expected to sort of embody the spirit of Japan, which like usually means like showing little emotion and like saying limited things. And not everybody can just talk to the press. You have to be a certain rank before you can even talk to media.
Oh yeah, it's crazy how many rules there are. But like they do talk about too, like when people like have their 8 wins, like how likely they are to continue to like push forward and like keep being like a badass. But
Sure.
So like spirit in like it's like I guess like a lot of people would say like in like I think they call it clutch in like certain video games, but like just that like when you're down and out and finding that extra strength, I think that's like super that really goes a really long distance in there. So like I think a lot of people strive to embody that. So I think that's why I think that's why I just like how they talk about motivation and spirit, almost like you talk about like if like the player was well rested or something, you know, like it's just it's interesting how they'll like talk about it and how it just affects their viewpoint on how everything's going down.
Yeah, and it's also one of, I completely agree with that, and I wanted to add on like in the beginning of the bouts that spirit's seen too, right? Because like it's one of the only martial arts where they have an explosive beginning rather than like a sizing up time. You know what I mean? And so that's called the Tacheai.
Right. Can you say that one more time?
Tacheai.
Tacheai.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And that's just the
charge at the beginning.
That initial clash. Yeah, I got it.
Exactly. And so like they talk about like taking Tacheai directly and like strongly, and I think that's part of that spirit that you're going with there, Tommy.
Yeah. And I mean, like
it's kind of why they. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Tommy.
No. It's just interesting when you see like players that are like doing poorly, and you can see how it like weighs on them, and like when they are in matches where like empirically you would think they'd win just like based off of size or experience or previous bouts, but they like won't, and it's interesting how like that. Like without injury or anything, at least specifically noted, like they might have like a really bad tournament. So it's like it is interesting to see like how they kind of all respond to it. And I gotta get my roll game on in this.
You got it. You're killing it getting here.
I don't know, man. I gotta do this all with two more guys.
You got it.
What were you?
I was
Did
just
get
gonna
to this
start,
point a lot faster this time.
and with a lot more health.
Also true.
I was just gonna start talking about the Yokozuna and how like it's such a crazy rank and a hard thing to get to. It's the only rank that they can't lose. Like everybody else can go down in rank except Yokozuna.
What happens if they lose?
They'll drop out. So there's prizes. If you beat a Yokozuna, you automatically get what they call a gold star, and a gold star gives every wrestler a permanent bonus to their pay.
Sick.
So if a Yokozuna starts losing more than 3 matches, the JSA, the Japanese Sumo Association, is
They're just like, we
hey,
can't afford
buddy.
this.
Yeah. They're like, you might need to drop out if you don't get your shit straight.
Damn.
Yeah. But like these Yokozuna are insane, dude. Like the dude Teruno Fuji, who's this Mongolian Yokozuna right now, he's fucking sick. He just like lifts 400-pound men and carries them across the entire ring and sets them out of the ring. Like
Just Donkey Kongs them.
he is like the embodiment of that spirit. Yeah, like he'll fight and get pushed around, and then he'll just be like nah, and just like you're done. I call him Terranozilla. He's just fucking insane.
He really is. I did love that. I hated seeing it, but when he got like Wakataka Kage in that arm bar.
Oh yeah,
like
the double
dude,
over
I was
arm
like,
bar. That's his signature move.
Yeah, I was like, that looks so painful. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my god.
You're just like, and you have to like just do what he tells your body to do, or just like let your arm be broken. You know what I mean? Like,
Dang,
it's so crazy. And when he just picked up Mitake Ume, that was fucking wild to me.
dude, that guy's huge.
Mitake Ume is one of the biggest sumo wrestlers, and he's just like,
I feel like even with those guys all being like super
Look up a
big
video of
and
it.
like of comparable strength and girth, the fact that anyone can pick up dudes of that size is extremely impressive.
right?
Dude, I think that's enough turtle time for me. I don't think I'm gonna get tonight.
You're gonna get him this time.
No, let's
it
get
was-
the terrorists won this time.
Terrorist street gangs.
Goddamn terrorist.
Excuse me.
Wow.
Just slipped right out.
Was it this
Dude,
last Basha where they did that?
High quality audio. Let's watch some sumo clips.
Yeah.
I want to see if I can find this clip. Yeah.
Let me see. Let's see.
No, this one's
Me
like
to the sumo.
May. It's not day 15 in
The
May.
dojo.
Torufuji
I-
Sotadashi Mitake Umi doesn't work.
What was it? Was it? I thought it was like the last day. Was it Wakataka Kage versus Shodai? No, maybe it wasn't. There was one that was really good. It was like the last. It was like the second from last match of the May Basho, and
Oh, is that the one where Wakataka Kage did the crazy rope dance?
yeah. Was that Shodai that he was fighting? I can't remember.
It was one of the Ozeki. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, wait, I think this is it. Oh no, this was from May. He won the March one, not the May one. That's a different one. I'm trying to find it. Let's see.
We'll find it.
There's surprisingly few sumo games on Steam.
I was actually thinking about that. I thought about how one would even go about making like that
Just imagine
game,
like kind of similar to like the old like wrestling games, like a Def Jam Vendetta.
But I was thinking like, you know, when there's games where like kind of like For Honor, where you would have to like make a split second decision, and then like so it would be like a multi-tiered rock paper scissors, and that would
Sure.
recreate like your Tachiai. Like so, like you have to have some sort
Whoa,
of like
that's cool.
you know, like because it's like you'd have to then I would imagine, unless you like pick something that like totally beats the other alternative, then there'd be like another instance where you could start them doing like button inputs to try to like win the bout. But like I think like it would almost be like 2 moments to each fight would be like that initial Tachiai bout, and then it would go into a more traditional wrestling game. I think that's what you would need, something to give that initial umph to differentiate it from other games. But please, someone out there, make a sumo game. Because that shit is great.
Hire us for playtesting.
Yes.
Man, it's one thing though. It is like hard to sometimes like when you like have a favorite bout to like
find it.
Yeah, be like, oh, I like, and you're like, God damn, this is so difficult to like.
Right.
See, yeah, May. Oh, you know what? I think it was this one right here. I'm pretty sure it was Abi versus.
Abi, I think it was Abi.
Yeah, let me see.
It makes sense. He's a big pusher thruster.
Yeah. Just let me see if I can.
I love Abi. He's one of my favorites these days.
He is a phenomenal. Here we go. Okay.
Oh yeah, sumo time on How to Kick Flip a Horse.
Dude, another
show? What's he
we've
coming
always wanted.
This is TMNT Fuji right here, and then this is Takesho.
Yeah.
One thing that's really interesting, Ivan, is that like they are given a sip of water before the bout, and only a winner can give the other person, and it's called like God water.
Power water, yeah.
Power water.
And you can't drink it, you gotta spit it out.
Yeah, but like you swish it. But like only a winner can give it to you, but there's like always like a little paradox where like on the last day of the tournament, the 2 only people that are winners are currently in the arena. So
They
like
have to swish each other.
No, they have to find like you. I think it's like whoever.
Highest.
Yeah, or like whoever won last year's Basho,
Sure.
or last Basho can do it. But it's just like, love that it's called Power Water. Love that like it has to be served by like only winners, only closers.
Right. Only closers get power water.
So these 3 dudes right now, in the middle is Terunofuji, the Yokozuna. On the right is Takakeisho. He's a Zeki, I think, West right. No, he's a Zeki East right now. Because he's the only one. He's the best position. Yeah. And then...
East is the better of the directional.
Right.
The whole time I keep wanting them to start doing way crazier
like
moves.
Dances? Yeah.
When you see Terunofuji do it, he has like special Yokozuna ones, and it goes on for a little bit longer.
He wears a big ass rope that weighs 30 pounds.
Dude, and the way they make the rope is unreal. They get like a team of 15 guys. Oh, it's so crazy.
It's fucking
and
gnarly. They got like white gloves on and like gotta bless it.
They keep twisting it.
Go ahead, sorry.
No.
Getting excited.
Yeah.
I want to see the heavy rope.
They build the ring every time. It's made out of clay.
You're talking about that big rope?
Yeah. Oh, no. Well, that rope is different, but that rope is also pretty cool though, because like all of them, yeah, like he was saying, each doho is made for each like each tournament. So they set out to work it. I'm gonna jump ahead though. I'm gonna jump ahead to get to. These are like some of their sponsors. Those are the people that put money in the envelopes that they receive at the end.
It's so funny when they win, they just hand them a stack of money.
Right?
Yeah, dude.
It's all,
so funny.
That's the sponsor.
Just like, here's your shit.
Yeah, that's the sponsors. It's sponsor money.
Yo, it's amazing how much the higher ranks make.
Yeah, they make a lot more money than I thought. Actually.
Yeah, I think Terunofuji makes like 400,000 or something like that a year.
Yeah, like it's not like our sport, like NFL sports money,
Right.
but it's a lot more than I thought.
Ought to be enough to live comfortably on.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And the status, I believe, is just so.
I mean,
both these 2 guys.
clearly people hold this sport in very high regard. I got dirt on it. Guys, you gotta stop wrestling in here. You're getting my rope filthy.
I know, and it's so they can clearly see any like imperfections if you like got if you touched it, you know.
They also
I understand it's a practical. I know he's not. Cleaning.
I'm just saying. I was saying for those that may not know.
Right.
Fair.
We know you're a pro. Also, all this after the doyo's. Oh, I don't know if it's after the doyo's built, but so the Sumo elders get together and drink a bunch of fucking blessed sake, and then the sake they don't drink, they pour on the rice rope that's around the ring to bless it.
Yeah, and there's like what is it? There's like rice,
walnuts,
and cuttlefish and like walnuts, and it's buried in like a square in the middle.
Had me until cuttlefish.
Yeah, right.
Like I'd believe that's good. Sake's like fine. Not quite wine, not quite beer.
I enjoy it.
Not my go-to, but won't turn it down. Yeah, God, just
the push and thrusting.
Wild. They just slam their heads right into each other at the beginning every fucking time, and they just don't give a shit.
And these people are like
bigger, but he probably doesn't have that much weight on him.
Yeah,
relatively.
Yeah.
If I had found the other video, it would give better stats and everything.
Oh, the Noto video.
Yeah, but the fact that the guy in blue can stay in the ring,
so crazy.
Yeah, like, and he's now going to receive a gift, a prize, and it's the arrows. And if you do so well, at one point you can win the string, the bow shaft, or the arrows, depending on the prizes. But if he'd gotten 10 and 6,
what's that dependent on? The record or just doing good in the fight?
The judges.
Yeah, the judges.
And beating a Yokozuna.
Yeah. So
is that what this guy just did?
No, they were actually the same rank, but I think it's from his entire performance. Actually, I threw it in the chat, like
his career record.
Right. Well, like for that particular basho, like
in the bottom left does not look impressed.
Yeah, it says
like you don't even know how many guys I've seen get handed arrows.
That's because that's Terunofuji.
Into another guy's head.
That dude, Terunofuji is the master of the side eye stare down. We should show him. Can you look up Hakuho versus Terunofuji from their
I was gonna say I'd like to see
battle?
A Yokozuna fight if possible.
Yep, that's exactly what we're about to. So,
is that what you just said? But with the name of that dude.
Yep. So Terunofuji is the current Yokozuna, and Hakuho was not the last Yokozuna, but he just recently retired. But he is like pretty universally regarded as the greatest Yokozuna of all time.
Damn.
Yeah.
His record is like unreal, and like he just maintained it for so long.
Huh. Just consummate badass, huh?
Yeah, that's him.
This guy here was just like these dead eye stare down.
Yep.
Yeah. This stare down, and that's Terunofuji. Hakuho means white phoenix, and Terunofuji means the sunrise over Mount Fuji.
Sure. Both pretty good names.
Mm-hmm.
They both just look bored. Or not bored, just nonplussed.
Well,
there's gonna be this point.
It's like in their blood to be super Stonewall, you know.
Stoic.
They're both also Mongolian, right?
Yeah. They both come from. Actually, I think similar area too.
Is the ground wet in the corners, or is that just a weird shadow?
Shadow.
It does look like more disturbed, but that's where they always enter and stand. So I imagine it's like.
Yeah, I guess this is like the headliner, so it's probably at the end of the day. There's been 50 guys stomping up there.
There's going to be this point where they're like trying to figure out who goes down first. It's pretty funny.
So was that first thing like just a fake out?
Yeah, so it's part of the ceremony. So
okay.
every time they do this, they have to do a very certain set of rituals. An event is much longer because of the ceremony of it all. But when they edit it all down, it's like
20
8
minutes,
minutes.
yeah.
It's like fucking crazy.
Just the fights.
Yeah, if you
So
go,
this is another fake out. You can tell because the Gyoji, the referee in the middle, who's dressed like a Shinto priest, is standing sideways. He'll be
And it's
facing
like,
forward.
the belt slapping is supposed to draw attention of the gods to like their match.
Will Hakuho capture his 16th perfect record championship?
Oh yeah, both of these guys are undefeated going
Yeah,
into
they're
the last.
both on, Yep, they're both 14.
In this,
Bonkers.
yeah.
His 5th overall. And rise to Yokozuna.
I thought the round started when the higher ranked dude touched both his knuckles to the ground. Is that not the thing?
It is, but at a certain point. Like, now they're actually sizing up, I
Yeah.
think.
Here we go.
Okay.
Yeah, because the Gyoji, the referee, is straight.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be the higher rank guy to put his hands down.
Yeah,
It could
here's
be-
where they're gonna do
Just
the,
when
like...
they're- Just
Yeah.
when both of them have both down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they can like align themselves anywhere before that line.
This is the
Or
stare
behind the
down.
line.
They're like, who goes down first? It's really awesome in older videos because when cool shit happens, the crowd throws their sitting mats. They just like fucking whip them through the air and like they hit the wrestlers and stuff. It's wild.
It's like, fine.
I know, he's like, fuck you. Part of the deal, baby.
Tattoo.
Like, now I bent down first. Fine, I'll do my knuckles first. Just one.
Hake, oi.
Touching you. Oh!
Oh, the face.
And he actually just took
Big
it.
Big hands, big hands,
He
big
went
hands,
for
big
that.
slaps.
He went for the face grab, but totally missed. He just
It was a fake out. He
guy.
just covered his eyes.
a purple guy just didn't run into it.
Ooh. And it's funny because I wanted Tiranafuchi to win. I was
Yeah,
just like,
same.
no. It sucks because Hakuo is a jerk.
Yeah. Hakuho is generally considered kind of a jerk. Like that, like punching the air and stuff. That's
Sure.
That's pretty frowned upon.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that like
Not seeing Hakuho yell like that.
yeah. Even the commentators remarking.
He completes the Nagoya Fashion.
This is also that is the last fight that Hakuho ever fights. He retires after that. He describes it as a passing of the baton.
Hakuho wins
Yeah, and
He
Tiranafuchi would then.
just wanted to go out on top, huh?
Mm-hmm.
another perfect.
Look up the other guy's perfect record.
And that's his family.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're pretty. I mean, it is a good way to go out. I mean,
I think Tommy was about to say Terunofuji actually gets promoted to Yokozuna because of this.
Yeah.
But Terunofuji also just had twins.
but that shoulder blast to the face right there.
Yeah.
That was his. He really brought that to the forefront, and it was crazy. And
Oh,
like,
the slaps. Oh, their slaps
Yeah,
are so sick.
The other guy looks like surprised that he's getting slapped. He's like, come on.
yeah, right. Is
Look at Takayasu in the back.
yeah, I know.
I'm a bear.
Once again, he is relentless. He gets aggressive and he takes
Oof.
down with a
Look at him. The ASA was probably like, oh my god.
And yeah, like also like
He threw him in such a way he let him get his arm back under himself. He didn't just completely eat the mat.
Mm-hmm.
Hakuho comes out on top.
yeah, and these guys really brought in more throws. So like where like a lot of guys were pushers and like the Mongolian have their own set of wrestling, like their own cultural wrestling, and like it involves a lot of throws. So like a lot of the Mongolian players that are coming and dominating have this like kind of like cool little edge where like their national sport kind of trained them for Japan's national sport,
Mm-hmm.
or it gave them like a cool edge in a different sport.
The champion.
Wild
Yep.
talent.
And belt sumo is often
He's like-
regarded
he's
as a
also
little
like-
more advanced sumo. Like people start out typically as pusher thrusters, where it's a lot of like you think of like what's his name from Street Fighter, E Honda, who just like like that hand thing. Like you'll see wrestlers do that, just like hand, and just like and push people out of the ring. But then the belt sumo takes a lot more control and finesse, and just it's a lot harder.
I love when they go 2 feet up and like see how Tierna Fuji was going.
Yeah.
When and it's just
The
like a
leg
little
hook on the
contest
throw.
between the two of them. Yeah.
Yeah, like the Oshi, they try to do the yeah.
Oh, Jesso, I wanted to share with you.
The feet go up, yeah.
There was this one. He's the only like Pan African Rikishi to play in like the top divisions.
Oh hell yeah.
But he was
Senyaku?
Egyptian. I just butchered the spelling on that, but it'll all be corrected in a moment. Oh, but his name is so cool. I'll never be able to pronounce it properly, but yeah, but it translates to the Great Sandstorm.
Oh, sick.
And his name is
Hello,
Yeah.
Discover Card here to explain.
oh my,
Ooh,
get
Discover
that out of
Card.
here. Get that out of here. But he wasn't. It's funny because I watched like an interview with him, and they're like, "What do you want to do when you like? Why is your reason for coming here?" He's like, "I want to be the Yokozuna." He's like, "I want to be the best." And then they have like a video with him later, like another interview, and he's like, "Yeah, I realize that's just not something you can just say. like you can't just say that shit, dude. Like,
That's not how that
it's funny
works.
how like some people like bring like kind of like a more a sportsmanship that maybe we're more used to, where you're like,
Right.
I'm gonna come in there, I'm gonna be the best, and you're like, whoa, bro. Like some people like you don't even or like
No, bro.
you don't even acknowledge it until it's like really right in front of your face. You don't just like aspire for it. You have to like really be on a streak before you can be like,
Right.
cool. I feel like it's bad luck. You just gotta keep blazing the trail.
Everybody's
Big time
ambitions
jinx.
are always they're very much like I want to put my best foot forward and do my best sumo and get to my next rank. That is my new goal.
I mean, but there is like something to be said. Like American sports seem to have a very just the way they're structured. Like if you're not winning the big championship at the end, your team sucks. But like in like European sports that have like brackets and divisions and relegations and promotions, they're like, oh, dude, if we can stay in the second division, mid-tier, maybe do this, you're like, then we're good. Like, of course we want to win, but their aspirations as teams are way more realistic than like what I think like
Right.
American sports are like, no, my team's the best, they're going to win. They're like, your team's never won a championship. Like, why don't you try to win a divisional conference first, But it's just
Right.
like,
Root
be
for
the
that.
best, be the best, But I think like it's cool where you're like, yeah, if I can just stay in second division, like I'll be
Right.
pretty happy with that.
We're chilling. Senyaku, the top 3 divisions.
Yeah.
Yes, but I think I need to get close to calling it. How are you?
Yeah.
Seems like a fine spot to call it, I would
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
We had some fun conversation. This impromptu from the horse's mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
From our shell from our hooves to your mouth.
From the gift horse mouth to Satan's ears.
Yeah.
Yo, is this mitosis Pokemon
Satan.
a good Pokemon at the end? Is it like a top
We
tier
didn't-
Pokemon?
There was a
didn't
time
get-
where it was really good in the cards because it had this move where it let you move damage counters around in any way you want, and it paired with another Pokemon that let you heal 10 damage from every Pokemon on your bench. So if you had 50 damage on one Pokemon, you could just move it all to the bench and heal it all away.
I love that.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
What was the counter
We
only
didn't
Pokemon?
get to our Pokemon bit this evening. Maybe next time.
Yeah, I'm down for next time. I don't think my love of Pokemon is going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't
Oh.
for decades now. So,
Right.
yeah.
I remember when Pokemon Go came out, I had a couple friends that were like, Jesse, it's finally happened. You were on this train. You rode this train through for 10 years of Pokemon not being cool, and it's fucking cool again. This is your time.
This was This was my favorite Pokemon in the last one that I played. This guy. Love this.
What the fuck?
So it's like
It's a guy cat butt for a mouth.
Oh yeah, that dude rules.
So
Pimeyaki, what's his name? Pikumaki.
Oh yeah. Hold on, this is his name.
Yeah, Pyukumuku.
Pyukumuku?
Yep.
So he's modeled off of a like sea enema that will puke its intestines out,
which is also the same thing that Steve-O jerked off in the first Jackass movie.
The sea cucumber.
Yeah. So it's based off that, but it doesn't have any. It can only do like counter moves, but it does it at like in the dumb AI of one of the newer Pokemon games. Like it just trounced everything. Now, like and it was like it was like one of my favorite Pokemon, and it's disgusting and it looks stupid, and I love it.
Definitely gross.
So good.
Yeah, big fan.
I'll show off mine real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to do our Pokemon bit anyway.
Yeah, so I'm playing the Pokemon trading card game online.
A little bit.
I'm playing the trading card game online, and I just finally got my first standard deck, so I had to play and like eventually like buy up the cards, right? But I got this little dude is my main attacker.
Oh my god. Great big Gengar.
Gengar VMAX, baby.
Holy shit, he's like a castle.
Mm-hmm.
So
loving this artwork.
So busy.
So you had to pay human money for cards to open cards?
Human money.
That's why I did it. Here's the alternative art. So that's why I like the card game online, because so in real life a booster pack is like what, $4 to $5. I paid like $13 and got 50 booster packs, so I haven't invested very much money at all.
I don't let my statement confuse you with
no.
I am sitting right next to close to $100 worth of Kamigawa Magic card set.
Hell yeah.
The newest one that came out. Totally like bought a little box set, some boosters and everything, and then like kind of put a deck together, realized that no one in my area plays or has any interest in playing.
Yeah,
then
that's why you gotta do online shit.
Yeah, exactly. So like I would have in retrospect, I would have gladly spent $50 in fake cards and been actively playing people in Magic than the whatever I spent in my paperweight.
Sure.
But I mean, whatever.
But still, it's still tight.
Yeah. Love it. But also just love this cute, adorable puke Pokemon.
Yep.
It is cute.
Yukumuku. Pretty good.
Well, boys, I'm glad we could make something work. I'm hoping. I'm hoping that are we looking at better days?
Next week,
more
Paul
days?
is still out of town.
Mm-hmm.
But if Ari is around, we will be able to run 5e.
Nice.
And then week after that, I believe we'll be nigh upon the season 1 Burn Bright finale.
Yeah.
Though Ari's been saying we've got 3 or 4 more episodes for the last like 8 episodes, so
that's pretty true.
Well,
then,
it goes.
Well then,
as a one shot turns into a campaign.
Mm-hmm.
As the Ouroboros swallows its own tail. That's it. I think.
Hell yes.
Hell yeah.
Follow us on all the stuff. We're on the Instagram and the YouTubes. Yeah, that's about it. Check us out next Thursday. We'll hopefully be back.
Yeah, buddy. Adios.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.
Good
night, everybody.